Hallelujah. 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 Hello, KZOOMers.
Good to see you. Let's see.
So we are celebrating Rachmiel's birthday.
Oh, it's Erev birthday.
Erev birthday.
November 18th. Well, it's already, Johnny, it's already November 18th for you.
Oh, it's already, you can celebrate. You can celebrate.
Boy, I
right?
gotta.
Oh, and Tony's here too.
And Tony, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's
Two.
Yeah.
Got a foot in both worlds here. But, yeah, 72. Wow.
So
it really seems like it was last week or maybe a month ago that last year on Thursday was The 18th wasn't, and we were celebrating
But we
it.
want to be.
It was so quick.
It's sort of like how else are we going to celebrate
Oh,
anything
this
except
is-
for with you? This is the best way of
Absolutely.
celebrating.
Yay. Oh, and Diana from Argentina. Is it? Hey, is it November 18th for you? Are you the next day? No,
No, she's not the next day.
not
No,
the next
that's
day.
good. So, so this this class that I'm calling the nobility and power of embodied love was inspired by this amazing line from the Song of Songs. You know, there's all kinds of beautiful images in the Song of Songs because the lovers are all, they're trying to just like outdo each other. And but this image kind of shocked me when I first encountered it. It says, I see you, my love, as a mare among Pharaoh's chariots. I see you, my love, as a mare among Pharaoh's chariots.
I got a birthday cake. Thank you, Jim.
Okay. So anyway,
As a mare
among Pharaoh's chariots, and it was it's to me it was an image of power and nobility and dignity in the midst of, you know, Pharaoh's chariots, in the midst of the enemy in a way, you know, but still like holding her own in that place. And you know what, it kind of reminded me of just a sense of aliveness, and which is really kind of one of the goals of my spiritual practice is bringing more aliveness into my life. And then there is Rabbi Menachem Nahum of Chernobyl, who was a student of the Baal Shem Tov, said, "Yai-da-da-dai-da-da-dai-da-dai-dai, I am alive. Yai-da-da-dai-da-da-dai-da-dai-dai, I am alive. Yai-da-da-dai-da-da-dai-da-dai-dai, I am alive, I'm alive. And who is this aliveness that I am? And who is this aliveness that I am? And who is this aliveness that I am? Is it not the Holy Blessed One?"
Yay.
So, so that aliveness is the presence of God that is in us, and we're kind of looking towards that aliveness, and to saying, what is it that brings me alive? And I just came from 4 days of the Global Summit on Joy. Me and 150,000 other people from around the world were exploring the power of joy, and it's and it's the complications of it too. Its connection with sadness. So it was really wonderful, and each day I'm part of a study. They're giving me a practice to do, a joy practice to do. So I think that the mare among Pharaoh's chariots really needs a joy practice to do, because she could just as easily freak out being among Pharaoh's chariots. And when in chanting this chant, what I realized was that that aliveness was something I needed to find in my body, and that the mare represented that joy that is in my body, that aliveness that is in my body, that is my body. And so my goal this week was to be fully embodied. And there's an interesting teaching from Judith Blackstone that says embodiment is living within, being present within the internal space of the body. It's something quite different from being aware of the body. So it's being present within the internal space of the body. So that's what I wanted to do this evening and this morning, is to really inhabit that place of the Mare. And sometimes this world is like Pharaoh's chariots, but it shouldn't keep us from our aliveness. It shouldn't shut us down. And so we call up that image that has so much kind of nobility and dignity and aliveness.
Susati Berifei Pharaoh dimitich rayati 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 Susati Berifei Pharaoh dimitich rayati.
And sit up really straight and tall. Stand inside the body.
Susati Berifei Pharaoh dimitich rayati
With nobility.
Susati Berifei Pharaoh dimitich rayati Berifei Pharaoh dimitich rayati Susati 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 Berifei dimitich, rayati, susati, bigday, Pharaoh, dimitich, rayati, susati, bigday, Pharaoh, dimitich, rayati.
Once more, really inhabiting that nobility.
Susati, bigday, Pharaoh, dimitich, rayati,
Fearless.
Susati, bigday, Pharaoh, dimitich, rayati, susati, bigday, Pharaoh, dimitich, rayati, susati, bigday, Pharaoh, dimitich, rayati.
So close your eyes and feel that internal space within the body. Just filling that space with presence. So this is the place. So finding God's presence means entering deeper and more fully into that internal space of the body and inhabiting it and radiating from that place, this shining, that God light from inside. And that's really what kind of dissolves some of our anxiety and fear about being among Pharaoh's chariots. So there's a beautiful line in the book of Exodus, and it comes at a time when we're asking to see God's face. And instead of seeing God's face out there, we're directed to inside, to this place right here. God says, Hinay, behold, right here, Makom iti. And Makom is that secret name for God, which is the place, and that place is with us, and so in getting in touch with that place and in fully inhabiting that Mare that we are. When I see Carrie here, she knows all about mares also.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. A horsewoman. This is Linda.
As Linda's not here, I don't think Linda's here, but yeah. So there we go. So Hinay, here, behold. We want to sort of take another step closer to presence. One of my favorite quotes from Joseph Goldstein says, "I am the visible manifestation of the infinite invisible. I am the visible manifestation of the infinite invisible. And so, we are manifesting that infinite invisible from within us. And that's what gives us courage to be that radiant. So these words, Hinay Makom iti. 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 Makom iti. Hinay 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 Makom 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 Hinay Makom iti.
Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti. Hinay Makom iti.
Close your eyes and let's take a moment to feel that internal space of the body, to feel that aliveness. Feel that place within where the presence of God and our own presence intersect. And as we breathe into that aliveness, we can kindle a kind of a spark of joy, of the joy of embodiment. And you can keep your eyes closed for a moment and just listen to this teaching from Ellen Emmett. She says, when I've understood I'm not the body, it's because I've understood that I am this beautiful, unlocated openness, this aliveness, and that everything that is experienced within me and is made of me. So the body is liberated from this impossible mission to be the cage for the separate entity. Body is liberated from this impossible mission to be the cage for the separate entity. What the body then is experienced as is the flow of energy, of aliveness. It echoes our true nature. The body, when it's a happy body, it feels relaxed and open and easy. It's the way by which I, awareness, know myself to be openness, to be aliveness, to be expression, to be playful. So it just, as we're doing these practices, it feels like such an important thing to get it right about the body, because the body can give us such trouble,
Oh gosh. The aches
anxiety,
and the pains
angst,
and the surgery.
and so we can get sort of pulled out of this true kind of aliveness, and so it's really the kind of the way I want to age is I want to become more embodied, and really understand that it is the movement of my body that is going to keep me vital. And just I've been studying this work of Anat Baniel, an Israeli student of Moshe Feldenkrais, and she says our brains are organized through movement. So the more habitual our everyday movements, the less we're able to satisfy the brain's need for growth. So as we introduce new patterns of movement combined with attention, our brains begin making thousands, millions, and even billions of new connections. So it's not just movement that feeds the brain; it's movement with attention. And I want to be more and more alive until the moment I'm dead. Just like be on a course of more and more aliveness. Mm-hmm. And in order to do that, we have to sort of come out of the places of habits, which and habits don't feed the brain. It's that a little bit like the infar, the intensity, novelty, focus, awareness, and repetition of our practice that feeds the brain, and allows us to be that Mare among Pharaoh's chariots, without fear and with total aliveness. So one of the ways that I understand this place of nobility and power comes from the practice of inner sovereignty, which is the inner sovereignty is the realization that nothing out there has the power to make me a victim. That whatever is out there, I'm in relationship with, but it's what's inside me that keeps me from being the victim of whatever circumstances there are. So inner sovereignty says, I don't have control about anything except my inner state. But that's a lot.
Complete control over the inner state.
So my inner state, when I say inner sovereignty, it means I'm sitting on the throne of my inner state, no matter what is happening out there. And so there's a Psalm 97, that kind of describes that, and that describes the magic of it, the power of it, of sitting on that throne. And it says, Tzedek Umishpat, which I translated as justice and impeccability, Makom kis'ech, are the foundations of your throne. And when you are sitting on that throne, this is what happens. Aish telech. Aish telech. It means the fire will go before you. And the fire, to me, is what illuminates and clears the way forward. And so all I need to do is sit on my throne, and I will be shown what the next step is. But if I'm sort of like searching around, like, where is it? and I'm not on my throne, it's not going to be shown to me. So I need to sort of sit back. So everybody, right now, just sit back on your throne. And this is, if anybody's shrooting, it's an F and a C is the shrooting. Is the shroot. So let's see if we can feel what that feels like. And I think what this practice does, it sort of just, gives me faith and gives me confidence that I need to sit back inside myself and really work with my inner state, no matter what's happening out there. And when I do that, I will be shown, and the way will be made clear for me.
Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech oh aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech oh aish lefanai telech Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech oh aish lefanai telech Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech oh aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech oh aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech oh aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech oh aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech aish lefanai telech Tzedek Umishpat Makom kis'ech aish lefanai telech oh aish lefanai telech לפניי תלך, אש לפניי תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון kis'ech, אש לפניי תלך, אש לפניי תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון kis'ech, אש לפניי תלך, אש לפניי תלך, צדק ומשפט נכון kis'ech, אש לפניי תלך, אש לפניי תלך.
Let's take a moment to sit on the throne of inner sovereignty, knowing that nobody else has any power over you. And your inner sovereignty means you can choose your response. And you can learn from everything. And you can use whatever's coming to you in order to awaken. And I think that once you find that in yourself, you can see the potential in everybody else. You can see each other also in that way, and with that crown of glory, in that place of royalty. So let's just take some time just to look around the KZOOM room, to see everyone on their throne.
Wow. What an
It's
amazing,
a royal group
amazing
there.
tribe we
Yes,
are.
Yes. So I want to do one more practice that also brings me to that place of a kind of nobility and dignity, and it's a practice called the garments of salvation. And I have and it says, I will rejoice in God who has dressed me in the garments of salvation. And one of the reasons the way I found this pasuk really is that it's part of the tahara liturgy. When you are the dead person, when you're dressing them in their shroud, that these are some of the words that you say I dress the garments of salvation. And so when I created this chant, it was for that. But then I started to just remember how I love clothes, and if anybody knows me, well, knows that it's like I love dressing up, and it's a weird thing because I feel like I don't dress up to impress anybody out there, but the way that I dress is like such a kind of an expression of what's inside me. And it's been that way my whole life. I remember one time when I was in like junior high school, I woke up in the morning and I dressed and I went to school, and then in the middle of the day I felt like, oh, I'm not being authentic. I don't feel this color anymore. I had to run home in the middle of the day and change my clothes so that I could come back to school and be authentically, expressing the truth of myself through the clothes that I was wearing. I don't know if anybody else has that. It's
Probably not anybody else.
I wake up in the morning and I look at my clothes and I want to, sort of glory in the texture and the color and the feel of the garment, and it is really this kind of this expression for me, or not just an expression, just like
It makes you
like
feel
a
good.
truth. Yeah, it's like a joy. That's taking joy in that. So sometimes when I've done this practice, you can actually stand up and take a little walk in your nobility and power, in the garments of salvation. It's like to and again, it's not for anything out there. It's just to unlock the truth of who you are. But I do like this.
Look at it, isn't it? That's a nice tie-dye. I'll tell you. Yeah.
And I always feel like, I don't know. It just makes a difference to find the right expression, because of that unlocking some power and dignity inside myself. To be a Mare among Pharaoh's chariots is to sort of like stand up in my truth and my beauty and my expression, and in my playfulness too, really.
And you're going to dress up for the world premiere of the film, the movie that you're in, Wild Women, in Brussels, Belgium. Bina's going with Shepa.
Right.
On the 22nd is the world premiere.
The world premiere.
Of Wild Women. Just the perfect, tasteful thing, just picked out.
But the people in Belgium were a little afraid, and I said, should I dress up for this? And they were a little afraid of American. Like, I'm the only American there, and they were a little afraid what Americans might do when you say to dress up. So they said, dress casual, dressy, but sober.
Casual but sober.
Dressy but sober.
Dressy but
a little bit dressy but sober. Me?
Isn't that interesting?
So we don't have to be sober here. We can be ecstatic.
Yeah.
You can be dressy and I'll be sober. How's that?
Okay. So we're back to a G here. So let's see if we can find that. And if you feel like just taking a walk, as the chant gets going, taking a little walk and feeling that coming from deep inside you, radiating out. So
asis, badonay, tagayl, nafshi, belohai. So asis, badonay, tagayl, nafshi, belohai. Hilbishani, bigday, yesha. Hilbishani, bigday, yesha. Asis, badonay, tagayl, nafshi, belohai. Asis, badonay, tagayl, nafshi, belohai. Hilbishani, bigday, yesha. Hilbishani, bigday, yesha. So asis, hilbishani,
tagayl nafshi
yesha, hilbishani,
tagayl nafshi
yesha, badonay, tagayl nafshi badonay, tagayl nafshi hilbishani,
And the body, when it's a happy body, feels relaxed and open and easy. It's the way by which I, awareness, know myself to be openness, to be aliveness, to be expression, to be playful, to be joy.
That's what I want for my birthday.
That's what you want for your birthday?
Happy playfulness, joy.
Joy.
Thanks for making it really special.
You got it.
So it's good to see everybody. Invite you to stop by the website, give a little donation, and then also check out the retreats that are happening in Tampa in the end of January, beginning of February, and in Kripalu in March, and this summer in Minnesota. So I really hope to see you in 3D.
It's an even better birthday cake.